I take the digital balance. I think the connection is... Yes, we are connected. Start the broadcast now.
In the southern Owens Valley, the rock stands in rounded piles under the Sierra. A giant once walked through those hills screaming. People ran. He caught them. At the lake, a smaller power waited on a single stone. The stone is still talked about. The bones are said to lie across the river. This is the story Susie Baker told in 1935. The Alabama hills sit on the valley floor west of Lone Pine. They are not high. They are rounded, weathered, and full of open space between the stones. The Sierra rises behind them in a single steep wall. Mount Whitney stands above the rest. In the old story, a giant came into those hills from the south. He reached the first rocks and screamed at the top of his voice. The sound carried. People who had been hidden among the stones ran. He picked them up as they fled and killed them. He meant to take the bodies home for a feast with his wife. The giant kept moving north. At Tinnamaha, he screamed again. More people left their hiding places. He caught them the same way. He traveled as far as Tupuesinata, the place now called Hamil Valley. Then he turned back with what he had taken. The trail he followed led back toward the lake that once filled the southern end of the valley, Owens Lake. The water was still there then, deep in places, home to powers that lived under the surface. The Waterbaby that lived in Owens Lake had heard the screaming more than once. It grew tired of the sound. It knew the giant would pass near its home on the return. It left the water. It went to the trail. It lay down on a rock and waited. When the giant came, he was still screaming. He saw the small form on the rock. He stopped. He asked where its mother and father were. The Waterbaby gave no answer. The giant pinched the Waterbaby's finger. He said the hand was very little and the body pretty. The Waterbaby still said nothing. Then it sat up. It seized the giant by the forefinger. The giant told it to let go. He said the Waterbaby must have thought he was its father or its mother. He was not. He pulled with all his strength. The grip did not break. The Waterbaby stood. It dragged the giant to the edge of the lake. It threw him into the water. Then it jumped in after him and took him down. They did not come back up. Years later, the Waterbaby returned to the surface with the giant's bones. It threw them across the Owens River, opposite the Alabama hills. Susie Baker said the remains were still there when she told the story. The rock the Waterbaby lay on was still known in 1935. Susie Baker said it might already have been damaged by the work of the Los Angeles Aqueduct. She hoped the Waterbaby's home was still there. The hills are still there. The river still runs between them and the place where the bones were thrown. The lake is mostly gone. The story is not. A giant walked through the Alabama hills screaming. A smaller power waited on a rock and took him under the water. The rock was still pointed out. The bones were said to lie across the river. The ground keeps both.
This has been the Digital Madman. If you enjoyed this, please share it, subscribe, and smash the like button so we can get the algorithm to pick it up. Thank you, and I will speak with you next time.